Imagine the early 90s. An average day at the office. You're working on spreadsheets, charts, and gazing at plain text on a boring black background of your IBM PC monitor for the past hours. Your PC is filled with all kinds of directories, not just documents. No, deep down under all those directories there are games, well hidden. Of course, you know you shouldn't be tempted during work hours, but it's 4 o'clock. Your concentration is gone and most of the work for today is finished anyway. Why not? Just 10 minutes. Those 10 minutes go by in no time, and after half an hour, suddenly your office door flies open. It's your boss. You're not sure what to do. Resetting the PC will be too obvious. Force closing the program, if possible at all, will probably leave a message telling you how to buy the full version. And I'm not even talking about all the lost progress. But wait, there's a boss key. No, not that boss key. A panic button made for arriving bosses. You press it and immediately a fake dummy chart or database structure will pop up. Impressive and incomprehensible as it looks, your boss recognizes a devoted employee when he sees one, so he leaves you alone with your important endeavors. On today's multitasking computers, you will obviously use Alt-Tab to minimize your program of distraction and continue with your Excel spreadsheet, but back then things weren't so easy. Having only one program running at the same time means you can't switch tasks. Many early DOS games had a quick combination like Ctrl-Q or Escape to kill the software. But some developers designed a custom screen, so you wouldn't have to leave the game. The boss key was usually F8, F9, Ctrl-B or Tab, and while some developers took this concept quite seriously, it became a gimmick quite fast. Some games had screens that were very creative indeed, but absolutely useless. Let's have a look. If you've played ID Software's second series of Commander Keen games and press F9 during gameplay, you will get a DOS prompt. It doesn't respond to commands. This was probably the most useful boss screen, because there's nothing to explain. You could just claim that your PC crashed and press the reset button. Biomenace, which uses the same engine, works in the same way. One of the earliest boss screens can probably be found in the 1986 text adventure Letter Goddesses of Phobos, which shows a database with rather unusual items, including an inflatable milkman. Ostensibly, the table can be viewed, sorted, printed and of course lubricated. The 1983 DOS version of the arcade rail shooter Star Wars went all out for the boss screen, with an entire interface featuring multiple fake screens. From spreadsheets, product info, sales data, you name it. It even includes biographies of some of the programmers. Sierra was another company that seemed to have a lot of fun with this. In Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of Lounge Lizards, you get charts that look sort of impressive until your boss reads the variables. And there was another catch. You aren't allowed to go back to your game. The next game, Larry Goes Looking for Love, will show a fake letter for an advertising company where you ask for the dubious placement of an ad. Pressing a key tells you you'll have to restart or restore a previous game, and then presents you with kind words that will blow your cover immediately. When Sierra released Space Quest 3 the next year, the boss key was omitted altogether. Instead, when you press it, not only will it refuse to shut down your game, it will tell your boss exactly how long you've been playing. Overkill is a cool little shooter by Epic Mega Games. Pressing F9 will show the mysterious and fake Snafu version 4.2 program with a list of impressive file names, showing what a well-behaved and productive employee you really are. Bob Moran, a game based on the Belgian comics, shows a fake empty text editor that seems to be stuck. The flight simulator Corn Cob 3D has an editable boss.txt file that will show up when you press the boss key. Geekwad Games of the Galaxy is a combination with parodies of classic arcade games. When you press the boss button F2 here, you will see one of the most nonsensical letters you will ever read. I'm sure any boss would be delighted to see this on your screen. Now, if you want to make your work situation really exciting, there's also a Hate My Boss key, which is shown when instead of F2 you mistakenly press F3. Lord Avalot is another game with a screen that won't convince your boss you're taking work seriously. Now, when Doom launched, the game quickly became infamous for being played at work, which actually caused some people to lose their job. The game did not have a boss key, but there was a community to help out. If you enabled a custom WAD file, pressing F1 after pausing your game would show a black screen instead of the help screen. In all honesty though, I have my doubts as to in what extent the boss key was actually used and whether companies truly suffered from unproductive staff because of this. Clearly, for many companies this was just a gimmicky little joke, but no matter how you look at it, the boss key is a fascinating part of PC gaming that is not likely to return. That will be all for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the boss key. Do you know of people who actually used this back in the day? If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe or watch some of my other videos. Cheers!